conversations I had, the experiences that I had, changed my life. And still I am here, 10 years later, still campaigning. And so I just want to say thank you all for being here. And we need your time in order to win this election. Early voting starts tomorrow. You can go to the city clerk's office, wherever municipality you are in. Register, vote. Thank you guys. And without further ado, here's Dr. Jill Biden.
Before we get started, I just wanted to say how saddened we are by what happened, the shootings today that happened in your state. You know, we were nearby earlier this morning, and so I just want to say that our prayers are with the victims, with the law enforcement that had to handle that, and with the healthcare workers that were at the hospital. So switching to a more positive, more uplifting note. I wanted to thank all of you for being here today. You know, we simply could not do this campaign without all of you. I mean, you're the reason why we're here, and so thank you for all that you're doing. You know, the past couple of weeks, I've been traveling around different states, and I think on this swing I was in Iowa, and then Minnesota, and then here in Wisconsin. And really, I've seen such energy and enthusiasm from all the crowds I've seen, just like this in this room. I mean, this is incredible for a Monday night with there's football, and you know everybody has school tomorrow. So Sunday night. It is Sunday night, right? Sunday night. Oh, I said Monday. Okay. See, I'm so confused.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Still football.
Okay, there's still football no matter what night it is. That's right. Okay. So anyway, I think that this campaign really is connecting with people's lives in a real way, and that's why you're here, because this election is a clear choice for all of you, and I think that's why you're working for our campaign. And you know, even if Joe wasn't running for vice president, I would still be involved in this campaign because of the clear choices that we really have. And I'm a full-time teacher. So you teachers know that teaching really isn't just what I do, it's who I am. And you who are teachers, you know that. And I teach full-time. I teach English at a community college right outside of Washington, and Thursday I was there giving midterm conferences, and I'll be there, you know, Tuesday and in the classroom again. And it's one of the reasons I do it is because of my students. I mean, they are the ones who inspire me every single day. So, you know, like you, I'm sure like many of you, as a teacher, I want to make sure that we continue to invest in quality education. And that's why I'm so glad that this president and our vice president have moved us forward on education. I see a lot of young people in here tonight, and one of the things that we've done is we've doubled the funding for Pell Grants for those of you who need Pell Grants to go to school. Loan process to make it easier for moms and dads, or for moms and dads and students to pay back loans. And we've made smart investments in public school education to raise the standards of raising that is because that's how I started out as a public school, high school teacher. So I know how important these standards are. And also, as a community college teacher now, we've made community colleges the cornerstone of our education policy. So that's certainly important to me. One other reason I'm so involved in this election is because I'm a military mom. And I don't know if there are any military here. Thank you for your service. Delaware Army Army National Guard, and he served for a year in Iraq. So I certainly know what it feels like to have a child who is, even though he was a grown man, he's still my child, you know, to have him deployed. I know how families feel. And so when we were elected, and my son had just been gone for a month, he left 1 month before our election in 2008. And one of my main hopes, as you can imagine as a mother, was that Barack would end the war in Iraq, and he kept his promise. And to justice, and now we're going to end the war in Afghanistan. I know how much our military families love our country. And I know how much that they've sacrificed to protect it, just to protect all of us. So I want to make sure that all of our veterans and their families get the benefit that they've earned and the respect that they've deserved. And so as a military mom, I want to make sure that we keep moving this country forward on military issues. And that means the President and the Vice President have expanded the education benefits for the GI Bill. They've given tax credits to businesses who hire veterans. And they're supporting military family members and caregivers for our wounded warriors who come back. And finally, and I see a lot of women in this audience. As a woman who cares about the direction of this country. And I see how Barack and Joe have stood up for the rights and freedoms of all of us. And the very first bill that this president signed was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair. Insurance companies can no longer charge women more than they charge men. They can't charge a copay for basic preventative care like mammograms and prenatal screening and contraception. And for those of you young people in this audience, you can stay on your parents' insurance until you are 26 years old. That's a big deal. Your insurance company can no longer discriminate against you because of a pre-existing condition. Vice President, know how important it is for women to be able to make our own decisions about our own health care. Women of my generation have fought so hard for Roe v. Wade. They fought for access to contraception and for equal rights. We have to make sure that our daughters and our granddaughters don't have to go back and fight those fights that we fought so many decades ago. And you have to remember about the Supreme Court. What's going to happen if we have conservatives on the Supreme Court? I mean, this is what we have to remember. We have to keep moving forward, because look what forward has meant in the last 4 years. It means that since the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, we've seen 31 straight new months of job growth, private sector job growth, which means 5.2 million new jobs. Exports and manufacturing are on the rise, and an auto industry that was on the verge of collapse is now back up on its feet again. And forward means that no matter what, we will keep working for all of you so that you can create a better life for yourself, no matter where you Monday. So go out and vote early. Get your friends, get your family, get the people in your churches and your schools, and get out there and vote. And then take someone else to go out and vote. And if you want to go to, they told me, own your vote. Oh, is it on the wall? There it is. Go there if you need to learn where to vote in your community. So remember, you know, it's not just me, and it's not just Joe, and it's not Michelle and Barack. We're going to take you forward, but really, it's all of you. You're going to take all of us forward, because this is about your lives. This is your election. So you're the ones going to take us forward to win on November 6th. So thank you for being here.
Sorry.